Wait a second. Is this really your life? The alarm goes off in the morning, you drink the same coffee, take the same route, go to the same job. In the evening, you come home and watch the same shows. On weekends, you do the same usual things. And one day, you look in the mirror and realize, I'm not living, I'm just existing. That's the moment you understand you're stuck in your comfort zone. This feeling sounds familiar, doesn't it? Because most of us are in the same cycle. Safe but meaningless, comfortable but soulless living. The real tragedy is that this cycle develops so slowly that it can take years to notice. But today, I'm going to show you the simple but powerful formula for escaping this invisible prison. A practical guide in 3 phases over 21 days where you can build a new life. Which habit do you want to change the most? Come on, be brave and write it in the comments. The invisible trap of the comfort zone. The comfort zone doesn't actually feel bad. That's exactly why it's dangerous. It doesn't cause pain, but it slowly kills you. For instance, how many times have you said, "Someday I'll do that"? How many times have you said, "I'll start, but not now"? Someday you'll start sports, someday you'll learn a new language, someday you'll read that book. But that someday never comes because the comfort zone whispers this to you: you're safe here. Don't take any risks. Tomorrow is fine too. And you believe this whisper because change is scary. You can't predict what will happen as a result. There's a possibility of failure. You might be judged. You might be rejected. The truth is, by staying in your comfort zone, you lose a small part of yourself every day. Not using your potential, postponing your true self, this hidden pain is much more harmful than that big risk because it silently consumes you from the inside without you even noticing. So why 21 days? 21 days isn't a magical number, but it's actually a practical number. It's long enough for your brain to recognize something new. At the same time, it's short enough that you won't give up. For example, can you speak English for 5 minutes every day for 21 days? Of course you can. Can you walk for 10 minutes every day for 21 days? Or can you read 5 pages of a book every day for 21 days? Absolutely. This simplicity is the key to escaping your comfort zone. Small steps open the door to big dreams. This duration is the time needed for your brain to perceive new behavior as normal rather than dangerous. At the same time, it's short enough to transition to a system when your motivation runs out. The first 21 days, the beginning. The first 21 days are actually the process of learning to trust yourself. In this period, your goal isn't to be perfect. What matters is keeping the promise you made to yourself. Think of it this way. You're making a small agreement. I'm telling you something small, and you do it. This way, we learn to trust each other, you tell your brain. And this trust forms the foundation for much bigger changes in the future. Start small. Big goals sound motivating, but they're like threats to your brain. When you say, "I'll exercise for 2 hours every day," your mind immediately runs scenarios of fatigue, sweating, muscle pain. You get tired before you even start. But if you say, "I'll just walk for 15 minutes every day," your brain doesn't resist this. It's so small that you have no excuse not to do it. Similarly, instead of saying, "I'll speak fluent English," saying, "I'll do 5 minutes of reading aloud every day," gets you started. Do it at the same time every day. Your brain loves order. What you do at the same time every day becomes automatic over time. Opening an English book while drinking your morning coffee or taking a 10-minute walk after dinner. Over time, when you smell coffee, the book will come to mind. and putting on your shoes after dinner will become a natural reflex. You'll struggle the first week. Initially, you'll feel strange. Sometimes you might even think, who am I to be doing this? This is completely normal because your brain will want to return to old habits. But here's the magic threshold, the 7th day. After that point, things reverse. This time, you'll start feeling strange when you don't do it. So don't expect perfection the first week. You might get tired while exercising. You might get bored while studying English. It doesn't matter. The point here isn't performance. It's having started. Record what you do each day. Whether you put a tick in a notebook or fill in a box on your phone, it may seem simple, but it sends a powerful message to your brain. I'm someone who keeps their word. As days pass, those little ticks line up like a chain. And one day, when you look back, you'll see. Breaking that chain will feel very difficult because now you're not just doing a habit, you're building your new identity. This is where the real power of the first 21 days lies. Small steps, regular repetition, and visible proof. When these combine, you teach your brain this. I'm someone who can start, sustain, and complete. This feeling will be one of the most valuable moments of your life because you'll regain confidence in yourself. This confidence won't be limited to just that activity. Generally, an I can do it identity will start to form. This is where the real transformation begins. Phase 2. Gaining speed. The second 21 days when the magic begins. Now, it's not just you noticing. People around you start seeing your change too. This phase is a period when your internal transformation is also validated from the outside. When the voice in your mind tells you, I'm changing, having others notice this multiplies your motivation. Because now, change isn't just something you feel, it becomes a concrete reality. The important point here is this. You need to see these validations not as ego boosts, but as evidence of progress. Think about it. Towards the end of the 4th week, a friend turns to you and says, there's a change in you. What are you doing? This sentence might seem like a tiny comment, but it's actually worth its weight in gold because it shows that what you're doing is working. Moreover, this feedback often comes from people you least expect. A coworker you see every day, but who usually doesn't comment, or a relative you haven't talked to in a long time. At this point, you understand that change has become visible, not just inside you, but in the outside world too. For the first 21 days, you pushed forward through gritted teeth. You forced yourself saying, I must do this. But in this second period, things change. Now you want to do it because you're seeing the results. Someone studying English notices that words flow more fluently from their mouth. Someone exercising regularly feels that they don't get out of breath when climbing stairs. These small but visible improvements replace external motivation with your own internal power. This is exactly where real change begins. One of the critical points is identity change. You're no longer someone trying to exercise. You're becoming someone with an active lifestyle. This isn't just about words. Your posture, speech, decisions, even the meaning you assign to yourself when you look in the mirror changes. Because now you say, this is who I am. This new identity becomes the most powerful result of leaving your comfort zone. But there's a trap you need to be careful of. After the 22nd day, your brain will say, that's enough now. You can rest a bit. Don't panic. This is a sign that your old habits are trying to pull you back. You're on the right path. Just be determined. Another danger is the perfectionism trap. When results start coming, you might say, faster, more. But remember, at this stage, the goal isn't speed, it's stability. If you try to run too fast, you'll burn out quickly and risk returning to your old state. However, progressing with slow but sure steps is what will make you strong in the long run. Phase 3. Building your new identity. Days 43 through 63. The third 21 days. Real transformation. Now, doing that activity isn't something I need to do, it's something I am. When you don't do English practice in the morning, you notice a gap in the flow of your words. This feeling is a wonderful sign. Now you're acting not with discipline, but with a natural need, just as natural as eating or breathing. People around you notice the change too. A friend turns and says, "How do you find this energy?" That's the moment you understand that change isn't just inside you, it's reflecting on others too. Now you've become the person who inspires others. This is one of the sweetest rewards of leaving your comfort zone. And, most importantly, you're creating a new comfort zone. Now making changes isn't scary, it's become routine. Your new behaviors are safe and familiar, but at the same time, open to development. Each step becomes a foundation that prepares you for the next goal. So, how will you start? Choose one area. If you want to speak English, 5 minutes of reading aloud daily. If you want to be productive, read for 15 minutes daily. If you want to develop your confidence, have a short conversation with one person daily. The critical point here is choosing one area. Spreading yourself across multiple areas breaks your focus and you won't see success in any of them. Set a fixed time, morning or evening, before or after breakfast. Be specific and don't change. This time slot will become a symbol of your new identity. Complete the first 7 days. The first week is the hardest week. Your brain will produce all kinds of excuses to stop you. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. This won't work. These are the voices of your old self. Don't listen to them. Just do it. Celebrate the 21st day. When you complete your first goal, reward yourself. A small gift, a meal you love. This celebration sends a valuable message to your brain and strengthens your motivation. Target 63 days. After 63 days, you'll feel change not just in the activity you chose, but in your entire life. The "I keep my word" identity will reflect on your work, relationships, and goals. You'll become someone who trusts themselves. And this confidence is the greatest gift of leaving your comfort zone. 63 days is an investment that will change the rest of your life. Conclusion: your new life is waiting for you. Leaving your comfort zone doesn't mean making one giant leap. Taking small but brave steps every day is the key that carries you to real change. Each step is like a brick built on the previous one, eventually forming a strong structure. After 63 days, when you look back, you'll see this. That old you who said, "Someday I'll do it," is gone. In their place is the new you who says, "I'm doing it today," who builds their own will and system. This new you isn't just someone who does that activity. You're someone who knows they can change what they want in their life, someone determined and confident. The best part is this. This system doesn't just change one habit. It transforms you into someone who can make changes, someone who can reach their goals step by step. Whether you apply this formula to your career, health, or personal development, you're no longer dependent on motivation to make changes. System and consistency are on your side. Leaving your comfort zone is no longer scary. On the contrary, it becomes an exciting adventure. The small steps you take each day make you stronger, more disciplined, and freer. No more waiting for someday. Starting today will be the most valuable investment that will make you thank yourself in the future. Discovering your own potential comes from taking a step further each day. The journey has just begun with you, and there's so much more to learn and grow. Until we meet in the next video, but get ready now. Surpassing yourself has never been this exciting.